Blessed Assurance by Fanny J. Crosby and Phoebe Knapp.
Fanny J. Crosby's life is a remarkable tale of resilience, faith, and creativity. Frances Jane Crosby was born on March 24, 1820, in southeast Putnam County, New York, the only child of widower John Crosby and his second wife, Mercy Crosby. She had a half-sister from her father's first marriage. Despite being blind from infancy, she would become one of the most prolific hymn writers in history. Fanny Crosby lost her sight as a 6-week-old baby due to a doctor's error, who mistakenly applied a mustard poultice to her eyes to treat an illness. Despite this hardship, Fanny's spirit remained undaunted. She embraced life with enthusiasm and a deep sense of faith, which would later permeate her hymnody. Growing up in a humble household after her father's death when she was just a year old, Fanny was nurtured in a Christian environment. Fanny's mother, Mercy Crosby, and her grandmother's tender teachings instilled in her a deep love for God and music. At a young age, Fanny displayed an extraordinary talent for poetry and songwriting. By age 8, she had composed her first poem. Her love for language and melody intertwined beautifully, crafting verses that stirred hearts and souls. At the age of 15, Crosby enrolled in the New York Institute for the Blind, where she excelled academically and musically. She learned to play several instruments, including the piano and guitar, and continued to hone her skills in poetry and composition. She also excelled in academics, mastering several languages, including French and Latin. During her time at the Institute, Fanny developed a strong sense of independence and determination, refusing to allow her blindness to limit her ambitions. In 1843, Fanny Crosby's talent caught the attention of renowned composer and music instructor at the Institute for the Blind, George Root, who encouraged her to pursue a career in music. Root recognized Fanny's gift for lyricism and melody and collaborated with her on numerous songs. Together, they composed popular tunes that gained widespread acclaim throughout the United States. In 1858, Fanny married Alexander Van Alstyne, a musician and fellow student at the Institute for the Blind. Their union was a partnership of shared passions for music and faith. Alexander's support and encouragement were pivotal in Fanny's career, and together, they would collaborate on numerous hymns. Fanny's hymns transcended denominational boundaries, touching hearts across the globe. Her prolific output, with over 8,000 hymns to her name, the exact count being obscured by the numerous pseudonyms, as many as 200 according to some sources, that she employed to preserve her modesty. This earned her the title, the Queen of Gospel Songwriters. Some of her most famous works still sung in churches around the world include Blessed Assurance, To God Be the Glory, All the Way My Savior Leads Me, and Jesus Keep Me Near the Cross.
Fanny wrote hymn texts that were set to music by other great musicians of her time. For example, Crosby was visiting her friend and tune composer Phoebe Knapp as the Knapp home was having a large pipe organ installed. The organ was incomplete, so Mrs. Knapp, using the piano, played a new melody she had just composed. When Knapp asked Crosby, "What do you think the tune says?" Crosby replied, "Blessed Assurance, Jesus is mine," and proceeded to recite the entire first stanza of the now famous hymn. Blessed Assurance was published in 1873 in the monthly magazine edited by Joseph Fairchild Knapp and Phoebe Knapp, Guide to Holiness. Editor John R. Sweeney included it in Gems of Praise, and Knapp also chose it for Bible school songs. Perhaps the biggest boost came when it appeared in Gospel Songs, Number 5 by Ira Sankey, and was sung extensively in the Moody and Sankey revivals in Great Britain and the United States. It has been a part of Methodist hymnals since 1889.
Beyond her contributions to music and hymnody, Fanny Crosby was also a fervent advocate for social justice and humanitarian causes. She supported efforts to improve conditions for the blind and campaigned for the rights of women and people with disabilities. One of the most notable events in Fanny's life was her appearance before the United States Senate in 1851. She was invited to recite a poem at the Capitol, becoming the first woman to address the Senate. Fanny's stirring words captivated the audience, earning her widespread acclaim and recognition. While teaching at the institution, she met Presidents Van Buren and Tyler, Honorable Henry Clay, Governor William H. Seward, General Winfield Scott, and other distinguished characters of American history. Despite facing personal hardships, including the loss of loved ones and financial struggles, Fanny Crosby remained steadfast in her faith and continued to compose hymns until her passing on February 12, 1915, at the age of 94.
That I